Hello, Capricorns. How y'all doing? My loves. So, you Capricorns actually have the Eight of Swords, the World card, which is ironically Capricorn. Wouldn't be a Capricorn video if Capricorn Major Arcana cards didn't pop up. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. So a lot of even numbers popping up. Very interesting. Uh, except for the world. But point that I'm trying to make here with you Capricorns is a lot of you are actually more focused now that than you've been in a very long time, as it is I talked about in the last Capricorn video. A lot of you Capricorns' life has become much more simplified. And so anyway, for y'all who've seen ghosts and spirits in my videos, y'all know it's real. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is you're very focused on what it is that you Capricorns are focusing on. And because of that, you Capricorns actually like where you are. Because the Six of Pentacles represents you've been putting in the work for some time. And then now you actually are starting to get the work, the work that you've done get reciprocated back onto you. So of course, you Capricorns, you love that. The Eight of Swords, this is something that some of you Capricorns, or a lot of you, depending on your faith, you've probably been praying for. And I'm glad that a lot of you Capricorns have been praying for it. I like it. I love it. Capricorn, like I said before, is a very spiritual zodiac sign. It's just that a lot of people don't know how spiritual it is. A lot of the times people are like, well, Capricorn? Yeah. See, there's a lot. I'm gonna start to kind of release some info. Because what it is with Capricorn is Capricorn represents when things are going bad, can you still remain true to your word? You know, it's in Capricorn where it is that you get your conviction from. And so when things are going bad and you decided that you're going to take a stand on something, are you actually really going to take a stand on it? Or are you going to fake out when you have an opportunity to leave the discomfort? If you leave the discomfort, you may never actually go or get to the status that you may want to get to. But at the same time, if you stay the course and you experience that discomfortability, it's going to be excruciating. So what exactly will you pick? Right? See, this is what I'm talking about. People's faith or people's creed, people's integrity doesn't actually exist until it gets tested. And then people really find out if a person is really tested. You know, this is how it is that I know, for instance, an example of this, my dear Capricorns, this is how it is that I know, for instance, that I actually do have integrity, because there's been plenty of times where I've had to go against the grain. When personally, I liked some of the people whom I had to go against the grain against and take a stand against. It really did, and I'm not joking, it really did hurt to leave, because and I'm not joking, I legitimately cared about some of these people that I had to go against, but I still had to do it because it was about the principle. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that is a Capricorn thing. That is a Capricorn trait, because Capricorn is about making distinctions. When things get muddy, we need a zodiac sign that's going to essentially cut through the BS, cut through the nonsense, and actually state what this thing actually is so we can get the clarity. What zodiac sign is that? That's Capricorn. That's Capricorn. See, on the lower level, it's elitism. On the higher level, it's distinctions. It's being able to say, you stand for this, you stand for that, you stand for this, you represent this, you represent that, because these people don't represent this, and you can actually talk about it because you've been through something. The King of Wands And the Ten of Pentacles right here for you Capricorns represents how, because you're gonna, what's gonna happen is this, the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, you're gonna have some I can't even say certain words. You're gonna have some discontent individuals that's not gonna like the fact that you Capricorns are making it through. You have that around you Capricorns probably right now. That's why the card's showing me this. You have some envious individuals around you more than likely right now that's upset at you, and you Capricorns probably don't know why these people or this person, but people in general, are upset with you. And the situation for you is you Capricorns are in a situation where, again, the reason why you have these problems, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad, right, at all. I don't want people to think that my excitement is me being frustrated all the time, because I actually don't walk around angry. But it's just that they dislike the fact that you Capricorns, you're getting what you want. But this is why they look stupid, because they missed the part where you Capricorns have been waiting on so long. If a Capricorn is not born rich, a Capricorn usually has to wait until they get into riches. That's even if they have the knowledge, if they get the knowledge of how to get rich. What is the path? What is the Krabby Patty secret formula, right? What is the secret formula to get rich, right? To be successful, to get the things that they want, to have love. What is the formula of those things, right? And then it takes years for them to actually get it. So you Capricorn, so you Capricorns, y'all didn't sit back and be jealous of other people. Y'all kept your nose down, and you basically went to the grindstone and you worked your butt off. And you Capricorns are getting your just desserts, where you actually are seeing the benefits of it come through. And then now you have this envious individual running around and giving you a hard time. Some of these people are close to you. So they could be people on the job, but they could even be closer than that. It could be family. People that they may be friends technically, but you could consider them family, start to show you some issues right now. Or maybe it don't even have to be. It could also be random people giving you issues, where they see you a lot more happy, and then the next thing you know, they kind of see you around and they don't like that. Or maybe they may just like you plainly. Maybe dislike you plainly. They don't even know you from a can of paint, but all of a sudden they just don't like you. Just so. Feel me? And so then you have the Scorpio energy, the Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles. So the Scorpio energy right here speaks to how, so now you Capricorns have changed yet again for the better, because you forgive them, because your cuppeth runneth overeth. Now I'm just playing, but your cup runneth over, right? You're having a good time in your life. It's not, even if things were to abruptly end, it's deeper than that. Even if times were hard, you would still show them love, regardless, says the Temperance. And the Page of Pentacles represents here, because you're not on that type of time. You're not envious. You're not envious. You're a group of people who will work to get to where you want to be. And you're not envious. You do not have to be envious. And you're not. You're not envious. And so the Page of Swords and the Eight of Wands, is about how you Capricorns, but you have other people envious of you, and there's no reason for it, because how long did you Capricorns, like I was referring to earlier in the video, How long have you Capricorns had to wait until you were in this disposition where things actually working out more and more? You know, I know what it is, because the planet Saturn doesn't start to loosen its rings around you spiritually up until you start getting older. Young age, kid, teenage years, it's only up until you start reaching a young adult is when things start to get loosened up to where they break. They're not the rings, of course, certain principles and rules and regulations for everybody, but other than that, um you get to pretty much do whatever you want to do, because at this point you learn the lessons. But at the same time, the Eight of Wands represents, so a lot of you Capricorns, even though you may sense envious people around you, you don't really care about that, because there's no point in caring about it. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Three of Michael, Four of Ariel, Queen of Ariel, Six of Raphael, and then you have the King of Gabriel. The three of Michael, the Four of Ariel. They just don't like whoever this person is that's envious, or people are that's envious. They just don't like. It's not anything to do with you personally. It's more a sense of which, you Capricorns, it's the code that a lot of y'all are following. The fact that you never had to sabotage or try to look to take down other people. You waited your turn. You shut up. You stayed, you stayed diligent. You worked. You stuck to your code, and you didn't switch up. You know what I mean? And because of this, and you just stayed the course, you Capricorns actually are getting the benefits. So, in a world full of people talking about who snitched and who snitched that, treachery and playing games, and everybody trying to act like they the realest, you Capricorns actually did prove that you're really one of the realest out, because you've proven that you don't have to betray people in order to get to where you want to be. And the thing is that the Queen of Ariel, the Six of Raphael, and the King of Gabriel is about how, so obviously some people probably going to come back. So it's probably them. Some friends you probably may have stopped talking to or try to reach out. Loved ones, as far as romance is concerned, will try to reach out. Even if their family could try to reach out. So just be on the alert of what's happening, right? That, again, you Capricorns actually are doing your thing. So it's just kind of like an alert thing. Like, the jealous person could be the person that basically stopped connecting with you because they were jealous. This could also mean, though, that you Capricorns could have people that has nothing to do with this jealous person coming back, standing next to you or wanting to stand next to you, wanting to be around you in your energy, because they like you, because they see you winning, right? Some of them like you, some of them they like you, but they wanna be around in your energy because they know what it is that you winning and stuff. I got small ears. Anyway, they want you to win, and some of them want you to win. Some of them like the fact that you're a winner, but they're not necessarily going to be around if you were to lose. So again, this is a time where I'm going to tell you Capricorns, just like I told Scorpio and Leo. And I didn't tell Aries this because they kind of already know this. But just have your head on your shoulders. Be aware. Things are going good for you. Great. And I'm glad to hear that, for sure. Right? I'm not upset about that. I'm glad that you Capricorns getting the respect out here. But the situation is Exactly like what Biggie said, more money, more problems. I'm not going to stop saying it. For some reason, I don't know why, but YouTube don't like it. But I'm going to keep saying it because it needs to be said. More money, more problems. Because the more money you have sometimes, if you are not accustomed or prepared to know where the money is going to go, how to deploy it, it will be an issue. Why will it be an issue? Well, it will be an issue considering the fact that you don't know what to do with it. That is a problem in on itself. Another problem is you could think you could go out and buy stuff. That's another problem. Another problem is you'll have fake friends, fake romantic interests, people that will socially gather around you and stuff like this to suck your pockets dry and everything else that they could get from you. And I'm not going to pause on that. Take that however you want to take that. And so you have to be careful. You Capricorns are in a very good disposition. Absolutely, you are. But you have to be very careful. Very careful about how it is that how you renew. Handle your business. Very careful about how you move around and do your thing and have your head on your shoulders. So this is just a heads up that, yeah, you got some people around you that you may have to kind of shake off of your shoulders. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We at 20,600 and change. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Much love.